All right, 1.4 polynomial addition and subtraction. All right, so this one I don't have a notes paper like I have for some of the other ones. This one's just your homework, and we're going to do a few of the homework problems together. I think we're all going to catch on to this really quickly, so I didn't have a specific notes paper for it. Alrighty, so let's look at number one. Now, we could think of this as two polynomials here. We have polynomial number one and polynomial number two, and they're subtracted. Another way to think of this is just we're combining like terms, and that's what we're doing here. So we think about this negative, and it has to distribute to each of these three. So that's what we'll do first. So we have 3x to the fourth minus 3x to the fifth minus 6x minus 6x to the fifth. And then this is going to be a plus 7x cubed, and then minus 2x. All right. Now, all we do is combine like terms and simplify. And I'm going to be looking at the highest exponent first because I want my final answer to be in standard form. So I'm going to find my biggest exponent. My biggest exponent is going to be a 5. So that's this one and this one. So I just add those together. Negative 3 and negative 6 gives me a negative 9 x to the fifth. So they're done. Now I look for my x to the fourth, and there's just one of them. So this would be plus 3x to the fourth. And next up will be cubed, so plus 7x cubed. And then I don't have an x squared, but I have a x and x. So negative 6 and negative 2 gives me a negative 8x. And that's it. All right. Big thing here, x to the fifth and x to the fourth cannot go together, right? If they have different exponents, you cannot put them together, all right? You have to leave them separate. All right, let's look at the next one. This one here is just a plain old plus. There's no minus, right? There's no minus in the middle there. So this one we can just kind of drop the parentheses. So just pretend like the parentheses aren't there, and we'll work it from there. We've got an m cubed, another m cubed. This is like a 1m cubed. So we have negative 8 plus 1 will be negative 7 m cubed. And then we don't have an m squared, but we have m's. So 5 minus 8 will be what? 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 3 m. And then plus, what is that, 11? There we are. Let's go on to the back side and look at one of these. Let's just do number 7 here. So we have some minuses here. We need to distribute this, and we need to distribute this. So this will turn into 7r squared minus r plus 3r to the fourth minus 5 minus 6r to the fourth plus 8r minus 5r plus 6 plus r squared. All right, let me double check that. Negative 5, negative 6, positive 8, negative 5, positive 6, and positive r. All right, good. Our highest exponent is going to be a 4, right? Yes. So we have 3 minus 6 will be a negative 3, r to the fourth. And then we don't have an r cubed, but we have r squared, so this will be 7, and 1 gives me 8. Plain old r, we have negative 1 plus 8 gives me 7, minus 5 gives me 2. And then lastly, I have a negative 5 and a 6 gives me 1. All right, there we are. All right, let's go ahead and do one more. We'll do number 9. You know what? Let's do number 10. All right, this negative here is going to distribute. So this will be 5x to the fourth plus 7x squared minus 6x to the fifth minus 3 minus 8 plus 8x plus x squared plus 5x to the fifth. And then the last one I just copy down. This will be plus x to the fourth plus 2x to the fifth plus 4x squared plus 6x. All right. Now for my biggest exponent. The biggest exponent I think is going to be 5. Is it 5? It is 5. All right, so I've got there, that's -6, plus 5 gives me a -1, plus 2 gives me a 1. So this would be just a plain old x to the 5th, or a 1x to the 5th. And then we have 4, so there's one there, there's one there, and that's it. So that'll be a 6, right, plus 6x to the 4th. X cubed, I'm not seeing an x cubed, so we'll go on to an x squared. So we have 7, 8, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So plus 12x squared. And then plain old x's, we have an 8 here. And a 6 gives me, what is that, 14. And then lastly, I have -3 and -8 gives me -11. Right? And that's that. Polynomial addition and subtraction is pretty easy. So I hope you guys are well on that and do good on that. You're going to need to turn all of these in, and notice at the end of it on your page it'll have the odd answers. That way you can check yourself, and make sure that you submit this to Classroom. Alrighty? Let me know if you have any issues.